Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. The weather's not too good here, it's raining and it's 16 degrees. So that's not very good for August, but it's something we just have to put up with. And I thought we'd just have a look at these, a few Phragmipediums. The one in front of you now is a Lasvarinus. I mean, my big plant of Lasvarinus I split up, and this is one of the divisions. And it's doing very, very well. As you can see at the bottom there, there's some new growth coming up. And there's some more down there, you can see. Some new growth, yeah. And nothing round the back. And you can see that's where it flowered from last time. Now that's one of the Cavacii hybrids. Cavacii crossed by Sargentianum. This one's a Phragmipedium grande, and this has flowered before from here. The old stalk's still there, but nothing else. Plenty of growth. So this should be flowering in the autumn time sometime. But plenty of new little growths coming up there. Look, you see those there. Some more coming up there, and this new growth you can see coming up here, it's coming up at the bottom of a leaf and splitting the leaves. Now this is how they generally grow, a lot of them, and they generally make nice plants, those. So that's a Phragmipedium grande. Plenty of nice big growths on it to bloom from. This is one it can bloom from. This is another it can bloom from, and this is another. So it's got three or four big growths on here from where it could produce some spikes. So it won't be too long before that starts happening. Oh, this was another Lasvarinus that was fading very fast. You can tell by the leaves all going over, because it's flowered once from there, but fortunately it's coming into life again with one new growth there. And I think you've seen this one many times before. It's the natural hybrid Phragmipedium richterii. And this has flowered many times, and I've took many cuttings off this, and it's still doing very well. I mean, you can tell where I've taken the divisions from there, but it's also coming out with some new growth there. So that's doing very nicely. This one's a nice two growth plants, looking very nicely. And this is one I've bought recently, probably in the last 5 or 6 weeks. So I don't know, I can't remember really. But I had to cut a bad leaf off here. But there's another one coming up there in the middle. So that's doing very nicely. And this is another Cavacii hybrid. It's a Cavacii crossed by Living Fire. So this should be very nice when it blooms. Phragmipedium it's a Cavacii cross with Bessi. So it's a Fritz Schomburg. And this is growing out of the pot here. You can see it's I mean, all the growths are so close together, it really can't be split. And I wouldn't like to split it, because the new growths are absolutely beautiful. Look at these. Absolutely lovely. And yeah, I think it's going to spike from there shortly. So that's the Fritz Schomburg. And I've noticed with these, and I don't know whether anybody else has noticed, but a lot of growth, they seem to die back very quickly, or don't grow upright like they should do. But these last 2, 3 growths here are all growing upright, so that looks like it's shaping itself for a change, because they've got some beautiful blooms on there. Now this one is a cross between grande and caudatum. And has flowered for me before, and the sepals on these get so long, being crossed to the caudatum, that they can be, when the plant's really mature, they can be over 30 inches long. So I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, the new growth there is looking very, very healthy. And this is what I'd like to see on all my plants. You know, a new growth like this every year, or 2 or 3 new growths like this on every plant every year. That's what we should get. So that's a grande crossed by 31-inch caudatum. And this is a longifolium. I bought it 2 or 3 years ago as a Warsawixianum, but when it flowered it turned out to be a longifolium. And this is the plant that it flowered from, which is now slowly dying off. There's a nice new growth there. It flowered from here at the back end of last year, but that's still in good nick. There's another new growth here, and if I turn it round, you can see another new growth here. Another new growth here, and another new growth here. So I'm very pleased with that one. You can see the old leaves are dying off now when the young plants are taking all the goodness out of it. So yeah, that's another I'm pleased with. Phragmipedium longifolium. This is another plant I bought recently, and it's a Phragmipedium saltimbanco, one of Perifloras, and this has got quite a number of growths on it. You can see all the new growths coming up. I mean, the guy I bought this off said he'd had it quite a long time and it had never flowered, so that's why we're selling it. And I bought it for the princely sum of 18 quid. What a giveaway. Now this is a nice little plant, and this is a Warsawixianum, and it's got beautiful 1, 2, 3 growths on it, and these are absolutely gorgeous when these flower. So I hope I can get this one to flower. It's doing very well. It's putting new growths up, new leaves up rather, and yeah, we'll just keep our eye on that one, keep it well watered, and hopefully we can see some nice leaves off that. I think it's one of the parents of a Phragmipedium Stairway to Heaven. Now this is a plant, it looks like I've lost the label out of it, but it could be a Kavaki hybrid, or it could be a straightforward grande. I'm not quite sure, but nevertheless it's doing alright, putting up some nice new growths there and around the corner. So we'll just have to wait and see what that looks like when it flowers. Hopefully it's a Kavaki hybrid. This doesn't look so nice, does it? And this is a grande I've been trying to rescue, and it looks like I might have been successful. Just look at the leaves when I potted it up, and the bottom of the plant going yellow there. But fortunately, look, we've got a nice new growth there, and another one coming up there. Whoops. There we are, so it looks like we've got away with that plant. Well, a couple of nice new growths on that one, and this was planted just as a single division in December 2020, and it is Phragmipedium grande. So that looks like it's going to make a nice plant eventually. Here's another small Phragmipedium. It's a Cerealia alca, and let's see what we've got on the label, see if we've got any information. Yeah, it's Cavacii crossed by, oops, oh, I can't pick that up. It's Cavacii crossed by Andretti. So they're very, very lovely. Phragmipedium Cerealia alca. Here's another one that's doing very nicely. It needs to brighten itself up and start growing upwards instead of a bit sideways. But I can't do anything with these. I can't wire them up like I wire the cattleyas up. But these seem to rectify themselves. This has flowered before here with some beautiful flowers on. I mean, one of my favourites is cardinale. They're absolutely gorgeous. And this is putting up some nice new growths here. There, and here. So that should be flowering soon. They're absolutely lovely. These, one of my favourites. Phragmipedium cardinale. Cross between, what are they? I forget, but there's a bit of Schlimii in it, I think. Now this is a nice little plant, just above seedling size. I'm just trying to resurrect it for somebody, a friend of mine. And it's a Phragmipedium silver rose crossed by Schlimii. So this should make a, I don't know what sort of flower it will be. I've never looked it up on the web. I think I'll do that when I finish this video. But it's a nice little plant now, and it's just coming up with a new leaf down at the middle there. So that's doing okay. Be interesting that, I'd love to see. I don't know Phragmipedium silver rose, but it sounds very nice. Well, I've got all these other Phragmipediums that I'll not bother showing you. Some I just showed you some a few weeks ago. The ones that I'm trying to resurrect, aren't they? These are these ones here. Oh, we'll leave them for a bit. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're having a look at this video, I would like you to consider just clicking the subscribe button. It don't cost you anything, and thank you very much if you do that. So thanks very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye.